Hello students, in this module we are going to see how to use Power BI desktop. Let me start the recording. Okay, great. The recording has started. So what we'll do is we will go to start and look for Power BI. So this is the app which you all must have installed, and so we'll actually start first connecting Power BI desktop with one of the data sources, and then we'll actually see how we can do some of the visuals. So once you actually click into Power BI desktop and start the desktop, if you're using it for the first time, then it might ask you to log in. Right now, I have already been logged in. So that's why I'm not actually worried about logging in, but it's better to do all the things first time and then you can actually start using it. So I'm just going to close this one. And then this is the desktop, or this is the work area where we are going to play with. So here it is very similar to any Microsoft application. It has got home, insert, modeling, view buttons at the top along with file button. So we are going to use those buttons very often. Along with that, we are also going to use two additional buttons. One is, or two additional panes. One is visualization pane, which has got different visualizations, which I just showed you. And then we're also going to use fields and filters. If you don't want to use fields, filter, visualization, you can always minimize them. So you can always minimize them, and then you can actually make your canvas bigger. So this is the canvas where you'll be creating your visualizations. Now, in addition to this canvas, if I go to my left hand side, I have one data tab. So this is where you will see your data. Whatever data you are importing or whatever data you are creating, that data will come over here. So this data will be over here. In addition to that, we will have one more tab over here, and that tab is used for modeling purpose. If you want to do any data modeling, or if you want to do any kind of data layout, then you can actually use this tab for doing that data modeling. So we have visualization tab, we have data tab, and we have model tab. So we're going to actually switch from data to visualization to model tab as and when it is needed. Now, when I am on visualization tab, I have home, insert, modeling, view, and help. When I go to data tab, I have just home and help, and same is true for model as well. We have home and help. Okay, so first thing first, what we are going to do is to make sure that we actually get some data. And for that, what we're going to do is, let me just see if you can see my screen. Yes, you can see my screen. Great. Yeah, I just want you can see my screen. Okay, so let us start with first data set, which is very easy to play with, and it is very easy to understand. So let us click on get data. Once I click on get data, then it will ask me what kind of data I want. Right now it is clicked on all, so it is showing all different types of data sets. If you want to get your data from file, then you have option of getting the data from your Excel, CSV, XML, JSON, or PDF file. If you want to use databases, then we have bunch of different databases. SQL Server database, Impala is there, MarkLogic is there. So all different databases are there. If you want to get it from Power Platform, then you can actually get it from your Power BI datasets, which you can create on your own, or perhaps you can actually just get it from Power Platform database as well, data flow platform as well. You can get your data or connect your Power BI to Microsoft Azure, and then you can use Azure SQL database or maybe Azure Blob Storage or any other Azure services. You can also go for different online services as well. For example, if you want to use Salesforce, you can definitely go and actually use your Salesforce data. Or if you are nerd and if you are actually happy with GitHub, then you can actually connect your GitHub database as well with Power BI. And then there are some other databases which are uncommon, like Spark is there, or you can use Python script or R script to get the data. Right now, we'll start with simple thing. What we'll do is we'll get a CSV file. Let us click on CSV file, and I'm just going to connect it. Now it will ask me different documents to search through. I know I'm like one of the things which I've used. Let me just see these countries. Countries.csv. Yes, perfect. Yeah. So we're going to get the countries.csv file. Oh yeah, it is here. Okay. So we are going to open one of the data sets called countries, and I'll actually share that data sets with you. So this is how the countries.csv file looks like. This file contains the data about different countries, their ISO 3 name, the legal name, then their official name, then their capital, in which continent these countries belong to, what kind of currency they use, then their currency name, then phone number, regional code, and bunch of other things are there. And in addition to that, the one which we are interested in is area and population. So we're going to use area of a country and population. Now there are, I guess, almost 1, 2, 3, more than 15, 16 columns present over there. We are not going to use all these columns. We're just going to use few columns and then do some kind of data analytics and use them for visualization purpose. So in order to do that, what we can do is we can click on transform data over here. So click on transform data. So once I click on transform data, then you might have seen that we went to one more window. So there is one more window which was opened in addition to your Power BI window. So this is additional window, and the name of that window is Power Query Editor. So it is a Power Query Editor which gets opened when we click on transform data. And in the transform data, you can see there is something written over here, table.transform column test, blah, blah, blah. So everything is written in a M language, which is used for DAX, which is used for data analytics and expressions. So let me make this window bigger. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of many rows which are there. I want to get only few rows which I'm interested in. So we are going to do some kind of shaping of the data. We are going to reshape the data. So I'm just going to click on remove rows. Then Okay, so actually I need to select those rows. So maybe I can just, not rows, sorry, I'm extremely sorry. I have to click on remove columns. Sorry for that. Remove columns. When I click on remove columns, one of the column which was selected got removed. And you can see that that is logged over here, removed columns. The column was removed. The one which was highlighted was removed. If I don't want to remove that column, what I can do is I can always click on this cross button. So then the ISO column which was selected, which got removed, is back over here. So that is what we can see here in the applied steps. So all the applied steps are logged over here. We can go to any step and we can actually just delete or redo that step. So now what we'll do is like we'll just click on, instead of remove columns, I'm just going to choose columns. And then once I click on choose columns, then I can see that there are a bunch of columns coming over here. I'm just going to choose ISO 3. Then I'm just going to click on display name. Is that correct? Yes, display name. Then I'm going to choose on continent. Then I can choose area and population and press OK. So what I did is I chose only 5 columns. And since I chose 5 columns, so that's why I could actually now minimized it, I reshaped the data, and that was actually shown over here. Removed other columns. If I just cross this one, then all the columns will come back. Now the other thing what I want to do is, I don't know what is this ABC name, display name, or continent name, or this. So what I want is, I want to rename them. So I'm just going to rename these. So display name, I'm just going to click on this one. So what I'm going to do is, oh, no. Click on display name and make it as COANTRY country. Then I have continent. ISO 3, let us keep it as it is. We might use it afterwards. If you want to link any data sets, this will use it as a identifier. Then area underscore square kilometer. Let us actually just delete that and just write it area. Enter. Population, I'm okay with population. So now again, you can see over here, we renamed the columns. So that has been logged in. If you don't want to rename these columns, you can actually just cross it and then it will go back to its original thing. Okay, what else we can do? Now we can see over here is that ISO 3, it has ABC in front of it. Now this ABC can be changed to any other things. For example, instead of actually going for object or string, we can actually change it to decimal number or percentage or whole number. Right now, it is the actual name. So it is like a string. So we are going to keep it as it is. Area, if I click over here, this area is in decimal number. We're going to keep it as it is. We're okay with that. And population, it is a whole number. We're going to keep it as it is. So we are okay with that. So we have 5 columns which were selected. And now let us go and do some kind of visualizations. Okay. Now, in addition to that, what I am interested in is I want to create one more column. I want to add one more column to see what is the density of population for each country. What is the density of population in each country? And for that, what I have to do is I have to create one measure. I have to create one measure, and then that measure will actually show me the density. So how should I do that? For that, I'll go to add column tab, click on add column, and in the add column, you can see that you can actually go for uh, any standard column. So we can perform actually any basic operations, or if you want, actually you can do some kind of scientific calculations, or perhaps actually you can do many other things. In addition to that, there is one more button where you can actually run the actual script, Python script, to add any column or transform anything. What we are going to do is we are just going to go simple. We are just going to go and add a column. So add a column, and then I'm going to add column from examples, or I can go for custom column. If I want to go for column, then I can actually just either go from all columns or from selections. Let us actually click on columns from examples. I can just click on it, and then I have one column over here, and this column is now will get added. I just want to do some kind of statistics, so I'm just going to cancel this one, and then I'm back to what it was earlier. What I can do is I can go to standard as well, perform basic math operation. I want to actually divide, so I'm just going to click on divide. So we can actually just divide each column with certain countries, so we can do that as well. So I'm just going to cancel everything. And is there anything else what I can do? I can actually do column indexing as well. So I can actually just do indexing from 0 or from 1, and we can actually do create some kind of index as well. So many bunch of things I can do. So these are all things what we can do in Power Query Editor. First thing first, now let us go back and see how we can first create one visual. And once the visual is created, we can come back here and perform additional tasks. Okay, fine. So I'm just going to close this one. Once I click on close, it will ask, do you want to apply your changes now? You can say yes. And once you say yes, then it will show that changes are being applied. So you can just wait for a minute. It generally takes about a couple of seconds, and then it shows. Okay, now right now we are in the model set, and in the model set you can see that we have countries data with area, continent, country, ISO, and population, which is shown over here. If I add one more data, and if I want to actually connect my ISO 3 with that data, then you can do that in this model. But right now we are interested in visualization. We are interested in some basic simple visualization. So I'll just go and click on a reports tab where we are doing visualizations. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to expand all these things so that I can actually choose something whenever it is required. Now here, what you can see is that in the fields column, we have area and population, which has got summation sign. Now this summation sign indicates that this is a text data. This is a numeric data and not a text data. Whereas continent, country, and ISO, it has got the text data, and that's why there is no summation sign over here. So I guess we're all set to do our first visualization. Our first visualization, what we want to do or which we want to create is a normal map. So how should I do that? I can just actually go and click on any of the visuals over here. I can go and click on any of the visuals. I can go and click on stack bar chart. Just click on that. Once I click on that, you can see that this visual is shown over here. Good. But the problem is we have not defined what kind of data will be represented into this graph, into this visual. How we can do that? Just click on this, select country. So country is selected, and we also want something with country. Let us go for population. I'll just click on population. So when I click country and population, now you can see that we have got a graph which is labeled as population by country. We have got population by country. We have got China at number 1, then India, United States, Indonesia, and all other countries are here. Very good. So by just couple of clicks, we created a nice and small visual. As I mentioned, it is quite intuitive. I can just go down and then I can see that the least one is United States minor outlying islands, and unfortunately the number of inhabitants on that island is 0, so that's why its population is 0. Okay, now if I want, I can actually just resize it. I just did resizing and then I get population by country. Now let us actually add one more visual. One of the visuals which I can add is, maybe I can go for tree map. So I can just click on tree map. Now I have a tree map over here, and in the tree map, if I click on it, I will actually put the continent and I just put population. And now you got one more graph which is population by continent. So we have population by country, and now we have population by continent. Okay, so let me actually just rearrange it so it is more better looking, and to just go and put it over here. Perfect. Yeah. So we have Asia, Africa, Europe, North America, South America, and Oceania. Good. Now, one more thing, what we want to do is I want to create one more visual where I want to see a graph of different continents or map of world with their population. So how I can do that? So what I can do is that I can just click on this field map or map, just click on map. I just go, sorry for that. I just click on map and the map has appeared over here. Very good. But we have not specified any values again. So what I can do is I can select country. So all countries will be shown. And in addition to country, we have to make sure that we are showing something. Now, what we can show? We can show the population. We can show population. And now you can see that India and China, they are bigger bubbles, and America is quite big. And then there are some small bubbles, which shows that there is less population. So we got population by country in a stack bar. We got population by country on a map, and now we got population by continent. Okay. So now I am also interested in finding out not the population by country, but I want to find the population density by country. I'm not interested in population, but I want to find density. And how can I find density? For that, you are going to use one of the commands called new measure or quick measure. So you can click on measure, quick measure. I'm just going to click on quick measure. So what measure does is it creates a new column, or it creates a new column with some value, and the formula is stored in the read-only memory. That is what we have seen earlier. So I'm just going to click on quick measure. When I click on quick measure, then it is asking for like what kind of measure you want to do. I wanted to find density, population density, and for that I have to do some kind of uh, division. So I'm just going to click on division. Now we have numerator and denominator. Numerator has to be the population and denominator will be area. So I'm just going to click on numerator and choose population. So I can just drag and drop. So I've got population, and for denominator I've got area. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click OK. Now, what you can see is that we have got here one more symbol called like calculator. So that calculator symbol shows that it is a measure, it is a formula which we created on the go. We created the formula on the go, and that formula is stored in this as in the Power BI. And whenever I'll open this worksheet, that formula will pop up, but the actual values will not be stored. And that's why it is a measure. Now population, something I can't read it, so let us actually just rename it. Rename it to density. We have density. So now we got area, continent, country, density, population, everything is there. I just want to remove this graph, or I just want to change this graph by density. So I don't want population by country. I want density, population density by country. I'm just going to click on it. Now here, what I can see is that population is chosen, and the population is shown over here as well, and location, the country is shown over here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on this cross button. I'm just going to cross this button, population, and I'm going to drag and drop density over here. So I'm just going to add size to it. Perfect. And now you can see that India and China, their size, the bubble size has decreased. And there is one more country somewhere here which has got bigger bubble. I guess that country is Monaco. Yes. Monaco has more density as compared to any other country. And that's why it is much bigger as compared to any other thing. Okay. Now, one more thing is, unfortunately, in this case, my all bubbles are in blue. Although I do like blue color, I want to make sure that the data is continent wise. I want to see different colors for different continents. So I'm just going to click on this map, and I'm going to select continent as well. I'm going to select continent as well. And as soon as I select continent, now you can see that I have got different color for different continents. So maybe let me just make it a little bit bigger. Make this a little bit smaller. Okay, fine. And then let us make it, because I wanted to show you something. Okay, fine. Good. It's fine. Yeah. Okay. Now we can see that for Singapore we have a bigger bubble, for Monaco we have a bigger bubble, and for Asia, for China and India, it is smaller bubble. Now, I just mentioned earlier that all the graphs or the visualizations in Power BI are linked to each other. They are interlinked. They actually go hand in hand, and that can be used for some slicing and dicing. So let us see what I mean by slicing and dicing, and doing some changes to the visualizations. And for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on any of the components in this visualization. Let me actually just close this one. We don't want it right now. As of now, I don't want it. We have created everything. So thank you for that. Now, I am going to click on Africa. I'm just going to click on Africa. When I click on Africa, you can see that African countries have been highlighted. Nigeria is highlighted, Egypt is highlighted, Democratic Republic of Congo, South Africa, Tanzania, Uganda, Algeria, Zambia, Angola, all those countries in Africa are highlighted in this population by country, as well as it is highlighted in our map. And then now we can clearly see that Egypt, Algeria, Morocco, Sudan, South Africa, they have lower density as compared to some of the countries like Seychelles and other things. So that is how we have actually filtered our data continent-wise. If I don't want the filtration, I can just click on the same thing again, and then we'll go back to our original thing. Now let us actually click on Europe. We'll click on Europe. And then in Europe, you can see that Russia is also included in Europe. We have Monaco, which has got higher population density. And then we have Russia, France, United Kingdom highlighted over here. Same is true with Asia. In Asia, we can see that we have more population density for Singapore. Then we have more population density for Hong Kong, Macau, and less population density for India. It is just 57 for India and 139 for China. Of course, China is bigger than India, 3 times bigger than India, and that's why their density is 1/3 of that of India. Okay, so that is how we can do slicing and dicing. So we can actually just make sure that we can select the right visuals for right purpose. I'm just going to click on this one, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a couple of more visuals and see how we can actually best represent the data. I'm just going to make it smaller. Okay, looks good, not that bad. Okay. Okay, now what I want is I want to go for some more visualizations. And now what I'm going to look into is some more visualizations first, and then we can actually keep on adding some filters on this page. Okay, so one of the other things what I want to go for is some more additional visuals. So I'm just click on get more visuals. I'm clicking on that, and then I can just click on get more visuals. And when I click on get more visuals, then it will create or it will connect to the app source. Now you can actually just, it has been chosen all. I want something related to maps, so I'm just going to look for maps. Okay, now there are multiple, many different types of maps. We have a globe map, route map, China heat map, flow map, cluster map, visual map, many other maps. We have heat map as well. So let us click on heat map and see whether we can actually use that for some application. I'm just going to add this one. So the heat map is getting added. So it is showing me the visual was successfully imported into this report. Click OK. Thank you for that. And now I can go and click on heat map. I'm just going to click on heat map. Now the heat map is already shown over here. Now what I want to put into that heat map. Of course, like we don't have many things over here, but what I definitely have is list of countries, continent, and density, population, and area. So let us try to see if we could actually create some of the visualizations from the marketplace and display it. So while this is connected, while this is clicked, I am going to click on country because I want to show countries. So country is there. Once I click on countries, then actually it started actually doing some kind of geocoding. That's fine. It is their work. It will complete in a minute's time, less than a minute. Perfect. It's done. And now what we're going to look at is the population. I'm just going to click on population and population by country, and then we'll see what exactly it looks like. Okay. So what it is showing, now let us actually see. I mean, I'm not clear what exactly this data is about. There was some inbuilt data when I clicked on that thing. So I want to see like what it is. So I'm just going to click on show as a table. And then it is showing the population and this one. Okay, so that is what I had asked to show, but it is not actually able to show it properly. So which means there is some problem with this visualization. There is some error with this visualization, or we don't know how to use it. That's fine. If we don't know how to use it, it's okay. We're going back to report. We don't want this. So I'm just going to reshape it. And then since I didn't like it, I'm just going to delete this. So I'm just going to press delete button, and then the visualizations will go. And now I'm just going to right click on this one, and then you can actually either pin to visualization pane, or you can afterwards delete it from your screen. Okay, let me actually go for one more thing, get more visuals. This time go for maps one more time, and then see if I could get any choropleth map. Okay, perfect. So this is what I wanted. And now you can see that there is a right, there is a tick mark over here, which says that this visual is certified by Power BI. It is recommended to use visuals which are certified by Power BI unless you have created those visuals. So I'm just going to add this one more time. Okay, the visual is successfully imported. Thank you. Okay. And now I'm just going to click on this one. Again, blank appeared. I'm just going to click on country, and I'm going to click on population and see if we could get, or if we could see anything. Okay. Okay, this is taking everything, but that's fine. I mean, but you got the idea. You got fairly good idea of how we can import any visual and use it. Let me actually just unclick country and population, and then go on continent and see if we can actually go and see it, or if there are any other requirements. So no, it is not showing anything. Density by continent. No, it is not showing. That's fine. So I'm also going to delete that. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Now, can we add something else then? I can go for field map, okay, and then go for continent and density. Okay, fine. So it's a field map. Okay, so all the countries are filled. Of course, uh, so if I click, instead of clicking continent, if I choose, say for example, country and population, then okay, there are some countries which are highlighted. Okay, and if I choose on Africa, can I see? Okay, so like Africa is getting highlighted. Okay, and if I choose on Asia, then Asia is getting highlighted. Okay, so fine. So we can still use it, yeah. And then entire Asia is now highlighted. When I click on Asia, the entire Asia is highlighted. But it is essentially a fill map. So if you want to fill any section of the map, then we can use it. So this is not the appropriate visual. So if it is not appropriate visual, we are just going to discard it. Okay, great. So let us make it bigger now because we have actually seen everything. Now, one of the things what I wanted to show you is about slicers or about applying filters and how to add filters to it. So as you can see over here, there is a cone button and it is showing that filters and slicers are affecting this visual. There aren't any filters. There aren't any filters applied right now. So there are no filters applied right now. If I click on this visual as well, it is showing the same thing. And if I click on this visual, it is also showing the same thing, that there are no visuals which are applied with any filters. And if I click on this thing, filters, then it is showing that there are no filters over here. So now what we can do is we can actually add some filters. So add data filters over here. I can just click on this one and maybe we can go for density as a filter and we can put it over here. Can we see it? Or maybe population. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So when I put population as a filter, then it showed that there is some kind of filtration, there is advanced filtration, and show items when the value is less than something or greater than something or anything. Now let us put show items when the value is, instead of less than, let us go for greater than. And we know the population of Indonesia is 24 crores. So let us actually write down that. So 4000000. So okay, so this is the one which we are going to think, and then I'm going to click on apply filter. When we clicked on apply filter, only those countries whose population is greater than this amount, 2.4, is highlighted. And then you can see that there are some countries which are highlighted over here. So we have China, from China, it is up to Ghana. If I put one more zero, I just put one less zero and click on apply filter. Now, only 4 countries, China, India, United States, and Indonesia, were filtered. So the filter was applied on the entire page, and what we saw is that there are 3 countries from Asia and only 1 country from North America which has got population greater than this one. If I remove 1 0 from here and apply filter one more time, then we can actually see fewer countries, and then I can actually, if I click on one more slicing, if I click on Europe, then only European countries whose population is greater than 2.4 crore is now getting displayed. So we have UK, France, Spain, Italy, Germany, Poland, and Ukraine. We have got population more than 2.4 crore is now highlighted. Sorry for that, is highlighted. Okay, so Power BI is very great tool to apply, to make some visuals, to get the data, to do some kind of data analytics, create visuals, and once the visuals are created, we can actually make visuals more interactive, more intuitive, and more understandable. Okay, so I have been recording this video. So what I'll do is I'll quickly save this data, as well as I'll quickly save this video lecture as well. And then I want you to redo whatever I have mentioned onto your screen, and then share the screenshot with me.